As an avid Superman fan, I've had time to reflect on Superman films that were never made. One of those abandoned films was the sequel to Superman Returns, an epic, action-oriented, world-destroying Superman, Man of Steel.
You're insane.
No! No, the other thing.
Superman will
Wrong! Bring it on! Now fly.
In February 2006, 4 months before the release of Superman Returns, Warner Bros. Announced a mid-2009 theatrical release date for a sequel, with Bryan Singer reprising his directing duties. Brandon Routh, Kate Bosworth, Kevin Spacey, Sam Huntington, Frank Langella, and Tristan Lake Leabu were to reprise their roles.
Will we see you? Around?
I'm always around.
Writer Michael Dougherty wanted the sequel to be an action-packed, featuring other Kryptonians. The title would have been titled Superman, Man of Steel.
Excuse me.
In Superman Returns, Lex Luthor found a way to use Kryptonian technology to create a large landmass which served as the primary threat that Superman is forced to deal with in the movie. To stop the landmass from spreading and taking over the planet, Superman manages to lift it up into the sky and take it into space. That landmass would have been called New Krypton. New Krypton would have appeared in Superman Returns too, but obviously with a different role, since Superman already separated from Earth. Superman Returns writer Michael Dougherty has said that a sequel would have introduced new Kryptonians, but doesn't expand on how they'd fit into the story. Dougherty also mentioned Brainiac as a possibility for a villain.
It moves from planet to planet. It's known as the Collector of Worlds.
Noting that the character is always interesting, as Brainiac is one of Superman's greatest villains and is one iconic DC Comics character who has never appeared on the big screen. He certainly feels like he would have been a good fit for Superman Returns too.
But its true name is Brainiac.
A supposed synopsis of Superman the Man of Steel leaked years ago, detailing how Brainiac would have tricked Superman and tried to take over the world with his many Kryptonian clones. In a last-ditch effort, Brainiac would have downloaded himself into Jason White, Superman's son. Then father and son would battle to the death, in which Superman would have to sacrifice his son to save the world. Even though the synopsis was pretty far-fetched, it did match certain details that were spoken by Dougherty and Singer, including Brainiac and New Krypton. Singer also mentioned Wrath of Khan influence, a Star Trek sequel that delivered more action and higher stakes than the first. I plan to get all Wrath of Khan on it, he told convention goers at the time. What I was referring to was the fact that when you do a first film like X-Men, for example, you're introducing a world and set of characters. One of those characters are introduced. Once we've lived with them for a while and we know them, when you get into a second film like Empire Strikes Back or a Wrath of Khan, you can make an action-adventure film and you don't have to bank all the time getting to know the characters. Now, you can raise the stakes, raise the jeopardy, and make a leaner, meaner movie.
Buried alive. Buried alive.
Even though Brainiac was speculated for a long time, in 2014, Bryan Singer then revealed who the main villain actually was going to be. He said this: "We did explore it a little, just hammering out ideas. I think Darkseid was going to be the villain. It was pretty world-destroying, actually."
Ready the Armada. We will use the old ways.
Although Superman Returns received mostly positive reviews, Warner Brothers and Legendary Pictures were disappointed by the film's box office return. Warner Brothers president Alan Horn explained that Superman Returns was a very successful film, but that it should have done $500 million worldwide. We should have had perhaps a little more action to satisfy the young male crowd. Bryan Singer later admitted that it was far too nostalgic, romantic, and leaned in on too Donner-esque, rather than the gritty comic book action movie audiences craved. Then by 2009, Brandon Routh's contract expired, and Warner Brothers canceled the Superman Returns sequel.
Bye, Lois.
But then, the studio went on to make its highest grossing Superman movie ever, Zack Snyder's Man of Steel, an action-packed visual extravaganza that grossed more than $660 million worldwide, over their Superman Returns worldwide expectations, and would have eventually led up to the main villain that was supposed to be in the Superman Returns sequel, Darkseid. Sadly, we never got to see what the Superman Returns sequel would have been like. But then again, if Superman Returns sequel was ever made, we would never have gotten Zack Snyder's Man of Steel. But I still do hope one day Brandon Routh will fly again as Superman.